Every day, innovations come to life, and with each passing day, it gets more amazing. Have you ever wondered about traveling through a desert? You probably have. However, a railway in the desert? That is most definitely one of the most daring and mind-blowing construction projects the world has seen. Before we dive into the details of how this humanly impossible desert railway is built, let's take a few trips down memory lane. In February 1981, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, leaders from Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, and Oman met to consolidate a political and economic alliance known as the Gulf Cooperation Council, aka GCC. As a body, they profited hugely from oil and gas, as they were predominantly in the oil market. But as a result, in the 2008-2009 Great Recession hit, the oil market plunged and these countries' wealth got affected. Now, that is where the railway comes into play. The Gulf states, as they are called, owing to this, will be enabled to use this railway, stretching up to 2,000 kilometers to connect the member nations to other nations of the world. The cost of this project was estimated to be between $100 to $250 billion. The project is in two phases. Although there was one in Saudi Arabia that prompted this very one in the desert, known as the Harman High-Speed Railway, it is a 453-kilometer long high-speed rail line in Saudi Arabia that links the Muslim holy cities of Medina and Mecca via King Abdullah Economic City, using 449.2 kilometers of main line and 3.75 kilometer branch line connection to King Abdulaziz International Airport in Jeddah. The line is designed for a top speed of 186 miles per hour, that is 299 kilometers per hour. The construction of the project began in March 2009, was officially inaugurated on September 25, 2018, and was opened to the public on October 11, 2018. The railway is expected to carry about 60 million passengers a year. In the same vein, it helped to reduce traffic congestion on the roads. The double-track line is electrified and designed for a speed of 350 kilometers per hour. Trains run in service at 300 kilometers per hour. Traveling the 78 kilometers between Jeddah and Mecca takes 43 minutes, and the 449 kilometer distance between Mecca and Medina takes about 2 hours. The track, rolling stocks, and stations are designed to function under temperatures of 0 Celsius and 50 degrees Celsius. It is expected to accommodate and convey 60 million passengers annually on 35 trains with a seating of 417 per train. That is massively impressive. In 2009, the GCC approved the 100 to 250 billion US dollar project, with the most expensive elements being the Mecca Metro, the Saudi Arabia project, and the Etihad Railway, an $11 billion, 1,200 kilometer freight and passenger railway. Despite the pandemic in 2020, the country's first railway network is being constructed in 2 stages. The first, which had been completed in 2016, covering 264 kilometers from the Habshan and Shah areas in Abu Dhabi up to the port of Ruwais. One impressive feature of the Etihad Railway locomotive system is its sand filtration and sand plow system, which enable navigation through the desert sands. Methods such as turning dunes into clay, cultivation of vegetation to block wind, amongst many others, have been applied in these Arab nations over the years in ensuring the habitability of the desert. In detail, Stage 1 of the Etihad Railway saw the construction of 20 overbridges, 2 underbridges, 10 road underpasses, and 18 smaller underpasses for futuristic purposes. 2 factories were built for the sole purpose of creating concrete railway sleepers, which form the base of the tracks. An interesting fact is, these sleepers are made from indigenous materials, locally sourced. Each sleeper is 2.6 meters in length and weighs 340 kilos. They are all attached to the main rails with a bolting system that helps maintain stability and balance of the track, whilst also making sure the train travels smoothly and speedily at a speed of 200 kilometers per hour to cater to passenger services. Although this route, being the first, is not transporting passengers so soon, at the moment it serves another purpose, ensuring the transportation of 22,000 tons of granulated sulfur across the 110 wagons daily. This granulated sulfur is excavated from the oil fields in Abu Dhabi, after which it is employed in the manufacture of batteries, fertilizers, and fireworks. As of mid-2021, 30 million tons of granulated sulfur have been transported by Etihad Rails for the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. This is based on its environmental friendliness and its reduced risk of carbon dioxide emissions by 70 to 80% in comparison to trucks. That is a genius innovation, considering they are the world's Bigfoot in carbon emissions. The manufacture of granulated sulfur has, in turn, helped them become the biggest exporters of sulfur. In 2019, a whopping sum of $679 million was realized. It is believed that a large amount of this went to China, which happens to be the world's biggest importer of granulated sulfur and is said to be a part of Stage 2 of the project. Stage 2 began in 2020 with the aim of an extension of 605 kilometers from Guilfat with the border of Saudi Arabia to Fujairah on the east coast. China State Construction Engineering Corporation and South Korea's SK Engineering Corporation were assigned to the design and construction of a 139-kilometer rail line with $408 million. It will link the country's trading and industrial ports and capacitate over 50 million goods to be conveyed annually. The implication of this in countries like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates is to aid them in exploring other potential natural resources for the geographical entities. Besides the pandemic being a major factor in the drag of this project, one of the 6 countries that formed the GCC, Qatar, was annihilated from the group, thereby cutting off its support and consequently increasing the cost on the other 5 countries. And, of course, there is the issue of oil prices, which has caused a logistical delay amongst other limitations. Hence, the completion of this project has been moved back by years. Although this project is an aim at improving transportation and diversifying the economy and developing it rapidly, taking it to the next level. Nonetheless, a 2020 survey showed that 87% of the population of the United Arab Emirates depends on cars, while only 13% use public transport. It is therefore logical to infer that this project leans more toward the economic development side than it does for the human population. Yes, it is an avenue for job opportunities in a whole new industry, which is tantamount to new jobs. Pieces of training in rail studies have commenced in both Saudi Arabia and the Emirates. In addition, it is a long-term goal for strengthening the cultural, economic, and political ties of the Gulf Cooperation Council and keeping them unified. And with that, guys, we have to come to the end of the video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, turn on the notification bell so you get notified when we post more videos like this one. Thank you for watching.